Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. Today we are seeing, this poll has been a while ago, fairly. However, this is from a Trafalgar poll. As we know, we should know, Jim Schultz is continuously surging. I believe he's past 50%. Uh, this was, I believe, in September. That polls have indicated that Jim Schultz is well above 49%, 49.3%. While Keith Ellison is down to 45%. Now, the Keith Ellison campaign has realized that, and they've been being more aggressive recently. Keith Ellison has peered out of his shadow. However, we are seeing more rallies supporting and more polls supporting Jim Schultz. So basically, I would say, arguably, Keith Ellison hiding and refusing to kind of debate Jim Schultz. It was kind of backfired on him. Reasons why Keith Ellison's a great person. He isn't really liked, especially out of the city's area. Reasons. Well, let's just say he's the attorney general, and then we have the riots of 2020 in summer. Keith Ellison didn't really support that. He also is a huge supporter of Bernie Sanders, and Sanders had endorsed him, and he also is supportive to the defund the police movement. So it kind of defeats the purpose. If you really want to be an attorney general, and here you're the attorney general who his job is to support the police, and you want to defund it, and it doesn't really make sense. Now, this is probably why Schultz is posed and is on the right track and probably will win in November, according to Trafalgar polls. He is on the right track to win, according to fundraising. He received $475,000 more dollars than his opponent, down to $453,000. And meanwhile, the state auditor election, Ryan Wilson, this current KSTP poll from St. Paul, Minnesota. The latest poll confirms that Minnesotans want change in the state auditor's office. Every poll in this race has shown incumbent Julia Blaha well below 50%, and the most recent poll, KSTP poll, has the race within the margin of error. Most notable is that Julia Blaha has the lowest amount of support among those statewide DFL incumbents. So this is saying that Keith Ellison is actually doing way better than Julia Blaha. And Blaha is down in the has the least support. So I would definitely expect Ryan Wilson to win this election here. Minnesotans are tired of their hard-earned tax dollars being wasted in scandal after scandal. Minnesotans are recognizing that Blaha has failed them, according to Ryan Wilson. Another quote from Ryan Wilson: "Every day we're making the case that Minnesotans deserve a state auditor who will fight waste, fraud, and abuse at all levels of government and bring back a culture of accountability and transparency in government spending. I will be that auditor," says Ryan Wilson. So that is the recent polls. So, and that really makes it think here. What is it going to be like for Kim Crockett? Now, I will tell you, Kim Crockett is doing not a really, I would say she's doing fine, but not as good as her fellow friends, Dr. Scott Jensen, Jim Schultz, and Ryan Wilson. Supposedly, she has more opposition than her fellow friends. Jensen is rising a bit. Tim Wolf's still ahead. If you guys are looking at these polls, paying attention to these polls, I am not looking at them for some reasons. Mainly because I want to stay neutral from the whole thing, not picking to a source. But if you but having these recent polls, statewide polls, I can look at. Just please tell me what you think who will win. Now, I'm going to take a look at Minnesota today. Last video, I took a look at New York. Now, this is mainly for the state auditor and attorney general elections. So this is a status quo map, meaning that Democrats and Republicans won this here. And you will start to realize this map is going to look like, or is the exact replica of, not exact replica, it's just the same results as the 2016 election in Minnesota. That is absolutely correct. In that 2016 election, Trump lost the state of Minnesota, nearly won it by 1 point. Minnesota could have very well went to Donald Trump. So when we take a look at this, and the polls were pretty off in Minnesota too. In 2016, it was predicting that Hillary would win the state by like a likely Democrat or a safe Democrat, solid Democrat win. But clearly this is not the case. This is Minnesota tilted towards Clinton. Yes, Clinton won the state of Minnesota, but Trump almost, and could have won the state of Minnesota if you have won like the Iron Range for sure. So this is a, whatever you may call it. You can call this a Republican win, and you can call this a Democrat win. So this is probably what the map is probably going to look like. Counties that will probably vote Republican would be the swing counties that I'm highlighting in white red. At least Ryan Wilson and Jim Schultz will carry these counties because you need those counties to be ahead in the polls because they have a high dense population. Blue Earth County, Nicollet County, Winona County, and Clay County, they all have high population, and most importantly, they're swing counties. So they swing often to Democrats and Republicans. So these 4 counties are a mandatory take in order to win the or get ahead in the polls at least. So yes, Republicans, I would say, and also I'd say Tim what's his name? Ugh. He's also doing what's their name? Keith Ellison is also doing pretty bad in Olmsted County. Now, I'm going to take a look at that election really quickly. 2018 Minnesota Attorney General election. And you're going to see, and I believe this is Keith Ellison just entered the office. This is his first election of Attorney General. So this is his first term. Keith Ellison couldn't even get 50%. Thanks to Noah Johnson, who's from the Grassroots Party right here. And it's a Democratic Socialist Party. Oh, actually. Yeah, some sort of Democratic Socialist background. It did pretty well. But look at that. Olmsted County significantly linked to Wardlaw. Why? Because Wardlaw, 54%. The county of Olmsted County voted for Biden for 54, 55%. So why on earth did it go to Wardlaw? Well, there has been swift opposition towards Keith Ellison since the very beginning in Olmsted County. Reasons? I don't know. Could be reason. I have absolutely can't judge. For some reason, people there don't like him because this is seemingly to be like a safe Democrat. Many thought this was going to be a safe Democrat county, despite voting for Republicans for most of the 20th century. But now it's been more of a leaning Democrat, sort of like, I would say a New Hampshire or a Minnesota leaning Democrat voting county. Definitely, I do think. Well, and it seems he's being unpopular there. Rochester, it is the third most popular city with 1K amount of people. it, Jim Schultz seems to be doing good in that uh, city, and it's kind of mind-boggling because Rochester, you can't imagine a city, Rochester, that looks like a Minneapolis and a St. Paul to possibly go to Republicans. Truth, Schultz won't win Rochester. He can't win Rochester, but he can win the cities and suburbs around Rochester. Let's keep in mind Rochester is a major city in old Olmsted County. If I could pull up the map, otherwise I did do my Olmsted County exploring Olmsted County video. Um, when it comes to this map of Olmsted County, this is Rochester. We have other cities around it. These other cities are most likely huge Republican voting cities. I have went through Olmsted County, lots of support for Jensen, Jim Schultz, and Ryan Wilson, and Kim Crockett in this area. Rochester, they have some. I also saw a lot of Tim Waltz support for Waltz signs here. We're seeing a lot of stuff here. Very compatible state. But in the end, I do think at least Jim Schultz will carry this county pretty easily because of that. So another reason is at least I do think, my opinion too, I do think Clay County, Nicollet County, in most elections, these counties will be voting for Republicans. At least I know for sure Ryan Wilson and Jim Schultz will carry these counties. Oh yeah, not you, at least. Or we'll just give it. I'm just going to give it to them because it seems Jim Schultz is supposed to win. As for the Iron Range, a lot of you guys say the Iron Range. Oh, the Iron Range is going to flip. Oh, because of the taconite. Yeah, I do think so too. At least not Cook County, because Cook County is 60% Democrat. But yeah, Cook County has a good small population, 3,000 people at least in that county, and somehow it's 60% Democrat. Well, yes, but more biasly towards, but it really depends. For now, let me know down in the comments. Do you think Cook County is going to flip red? Carleton County literally tilted to Democrats. 2020. I do think Jensen is posed for sure going to win Carleton County. So yeah, this is the map I'm predicting what will look like. This is most likely a Republican victory map. Otherwise, flipping this round. If Democrats manage to contain most votes in the metro and Olmsted County and manage to contain Carleton Lake County, and I'll possibly win this county and this county, then yes, for sure, I do think this might be a Republican Democrat win in this sorts. So that is it for today's episode. Thank you for all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode on more election news.